and welcome to a special Draw With Me Kids edition. Happy Canada Day! Woo! Wait a second.
Where's Canada? Where's the Canadian flag?
I think we're missing a few flags here, but that one's the most important if we're celebrating Canada Day.
What now?
Guess what? We're going to teach you guys how to draw your very own Canada flag to help with your Canada Day celebrations. Or, if you're celebrating this a few days later, you can use it to make one of those too.
I'll be teaching you how to make the flag outline. And my mom will be teaching you how to make the maple leaf.
Yay!
With my flag outline, you can turn it into any flag.
It's true. We could have British Columbia, Manitoba, Nova Scotia.
You can turn
Quebec.
You can even turn it into any of your own kind of flags that you can imagine.
Yeah, like Minecraftopia. Anyway, grab your pencil.
I want to go make that in a few minutes.
Yeah, I gave her an idea. What can I say? All right, grab your pencils, your paper, and your erasers, and let's go.
Here's our little bamboo pencil and our leaf page. She's going to draw with us today.
Bamboo is going to draw with us today. So I have my paper and my pencil. My pen, Sophia, why don't you lead us off with how do you draw a flag?
The first step to drawing a flag is to draw kind of like a long backwards S shape. Not too close to the top of your page, but not too far as well.
Ooh, I like your backwards shape. Okay, what do we do next?
Then now you're going to do a slightly smaller one on top.
Okay, can I maybe do that on the bottom so I can...
Or on the bottom.
Okay. I'll join
Depends
you.
on how you want your flag to look.
Okay.
Don't want it to be too stretched out because what we're doing for is a waving flag.
True. Mine looks like two waves in an ocean. What's next?
Now, you're going to connect the lines with any kind of shape you want to do.
Okay, I'm going to do straight.
I'm doing little bumps like the end of a heart.
Okay.
And then on the other side, where your back's going to be, just a flat line.
Okay.
Now, what you're going to do is a pattern just above where the top line on the back is with the flat line.
Okay. I put my flat line on the opposite side.
Yeah.
Follow.
Where the back is.
I'm watching her screen in case you're wondering why I'm not looking at you guys.
And just make a pattern just slightly above it. It can be any kind of pattern you want it to be.
Oh, was this for the flagpole?
Yeah. The flagpole.
I'm going to do a typical traditional flagpole. I'm not as fancy as you.
Then, simply as it may be, make a giant and long rectangle all the way down to where you want the end of your flagpole to be. Mine's going to be straight at the bottom. Now, what's a flag without a symbol? Now, right on the flag, to help us with our symbol mark, put a light line right between where the curves are. Not too hard because you're going to erase that. That's where it's going to bend over and where it gets a bit darker.
Oh, good call. Also, do you have the tip about how to make it look three-dimensional? Mommy will give a quick tip. Sorry.
What you can also do with that is you can keep the line after.
Yeah.
But make it look a bit more wavy, like it's following the line.
Yeah.
But it's still gonna mark where the curve to the other one starts to come in. Now you can draw a pattern, but if you're gonna go straight through the middle, make sure that the pattern has a tiny fold so it's a bit smaller. Mine is gonna be a Minecraft symbol,
Okay.
or the dirt block. So
I'm
I
gonna
can
go
do
with
my square. But on one grass peak, it's gonna stop right there and then come out in another one on the other side. That's how I make a fold
I'm
and
gonna
flat.
put a heart with wings. So what you might see on the other side is just the tail of those wings coming out. So then Sophia gave us the description. This is folded over so you can't see the whole symbol. I like hearts, so I'm making my symbol all about hearts. But we'll get to decorating our flag part later in a second, because what if you really wanted to make this a Canada flag?
Mine's gonna have maple leaves beside it.
Let me show you how to draw next to hand. It's probably one of the hardest symbols to draw. At least I find one of the hardest symbols to draw. Is this guy, maple leaf. Now, when you want to draw a maple leaf, you might think of the fact that the maple leaf is in 3 parts. So you can make a little maple leaf below if you want on the same page, Sophia. I just opened up a new layer.
You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna make maple leaves on the side. Turquoise maple leaves.
Turquoise maple leaves. You're going to do a lot of them. So what I try to do when I'm making a maple leaf is I make 4 dots on the page to give me an idea or remembrance of how a maple leaf goes. Because everything is very symmetrical on a maple leaf. And you can stylize it a little bit, or you can make it all straight lines. And it's in 3 sections. So then I break that, oops, sorry, a little high. I remember that the points of the maple leaf are all different heights. The 2 on the end, slightly lower than the one in the middle. So this is just to help me get my shapes right. Okay, so I make the dots to give me a marker spot approximately of where to go. So I make little checks between all of those points. I'm going to pretend they didn't do that. That's fine. That was even worse, guys. That's okay. What's our rule? Be kind to ourselves. Try again, Mummy. Try again. Samianne. So there are my 3 points. And that's how I know approximately where they're going to end up, and I get that really cool difference in shape between the 3 of them, pointy top and 2 lower triangles. So that's all just 3 triangles attached together, and I made the guidelines of where those dots are going to meet up, which makes it a little bit easier to visualize where they're going to meet later on. So again, if you like connect the dots, this is the perfect exercise. I put 2 dots where I want these points all to come together and meet. And that way I don't get a maple leaf that's going to be too long, too short. It's going to be exactly how my mind is imagining it as I've placed things on the paper. And you can get the angles just a little bit better. And now, this is the trickier part, I find, because it doesn't, if you notice, meet quite like you think on the bottom. You line up a dot right under this line, right under that line. I might have accentuated that a little bit. And there is the bottom of the maple leaf. And you're going to want them to meet not too far from this dot. So I do another couple dots. Look at it, I got my shirt all wrapped up. So it's all about connecting the dots. And then you can just connect this guy down to there.
It's hard.
It is very hard. It is very, very hard. I find this very hard. Even this isn't quite like the maple leaf you would expect. But it is pretty darn close. So then I can sort of take a look at my maple leaf and be really happy. There's my maple leaf. It looks pretty good. Or I can start to adjust it if I really want to.
That looks like my other maple leaves, and
I might just adjust that a little bit to even it out, make it a little more even.
My other maple leaves. My other maple leaves sometimes end up looking like ripped maple leaves.
Yeah, some of them can look a little bit like that, can't they? And if I decide the angle's just a little bit off, I can start adjusting for that too. But for the most part, using the dots will have a pretty good lineup of what you want of your maple leaf. And that is how you can make your own maple leaf. Draw it right on top of Sophia's suggested waving flag. So let me turn that to a smaller version. The magic of the computer. And I'll draw her waving flag pattern over top of it. So just to show, you can do this pattern even if you've already got something there. You can draw.
The Canadian flag also has red lines on the side.
From sea to shining sea. So there's the fold of this one. The fold of this one's going to go a bit like that. And I'm going to erase a little bit of that line. And I'm going to erase a bit of my symbol because it will be folded over. You might see a little bit of that peek out like so on the fold. You might not see anything at all. And then here's the other bar. What I like to do on my waving flag, because Sophia showed you some really cool tips on what you can do, on your own waving flags for ornaments, decorations and stuff. I sort of lighten this line a little bit because it looks a little too dark. Is I like to make it look like it's sort of pulling away from the strings that attach it to the pole, the flagpole. So that's one way you could do it. You could add another ripple here if you wanted, like so.
You can add as many ripples as you want.
Just remember, you raise it a little bit and all of your design shifts to go with it. So even this guy would go a little bit. You might not see the tip quite the same there, but you'd see a little bit more like that. It would be folded over. And I always add on the back of each ripple, depending on which perspective you want, a little bit of a line behind to give it depth. So there's my waving Canada flag.
Mine says A, except the A is the creeper face. A.
I love it. So there you go. That's how to make your own maple leaf or your own waving flag. If you were to add other designs to your waving flag, you just have to remember where you have a line or a fold, like Sophia taught you with the backwardettes. Some of your design is going to be hidden. So if you're doing stripes, for example, on this example, for American friends, I'm just going to draw stripes that may not make a lot of sense, but you follow making straight lines, follow each of the line that exists. Always use the lines that you have as a guideline for where your line should follow. And try not to do what I just did here, which is create a tangent, which looks like these two lines are somehow attached. It's going to happen with stripes because stripes are difficult that way. So I'm going to have a few stripes like that. They're going to follow the curve of the flag on the bottom, on the top. And that, my friends, is how you can create your very own Canada flags for cards or decorations or whatever you want to do on your own personal Canada Day celebrations, right?
And now, my last touch, guys. I'm going to add in make my mind. Bamboo, did you enjoy drawing the flag? Good.
I'm glad that she did. There is my quick colors, my flag.
Mein Kopia. Hey.
So thanks guys for joining us for a really short but fun edition of
Draw with
Me Kids. Woo! Kids edition. And no matter what you're celebrating, whether you're celebrating yourself and how amazing and special you are, whether you're celebrating your country, your city, your favorite game, we wish you a very happy Canada Day and everything else that you celebrate. Thanks for joining us. Take care, and we'll see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.